Welcome to ASMR. Welcome to ASMR. Okay, subscribe. Subscribe. Let's go.
Here's what happened. Me and the wifey went to Florida, and the first thing we wanted to...
Oh, sorry. Backstory time.
This is a story of how I got into a fight with the real-life Florida man. This one's crazy. Here's what happened. Me and the wifey went to Florida, and the first thing we wanted to do was have a picnic on the beach. And so we went to the supermarket real quick to get some supplies. We got a cooler, some drinks, some food. Then we checked out, packed the cooler, and we're waiting for our Uber. And right as we were about to leave, we were like, wait, we forgot sunscreen. So we run back inside. And at this point, I had the cooler in my hand, and it had all of the stuff packed inside of it. And it had this little plastic handle that you held it by. And as we were walking around trying to find the sunscreen, the handle just snaps off, and the cooler falls and spills everything. And so now there was this huge spill. The food we just bought was on the ground. The drinks were rolling across the aisle. The ice was everywhere. And I just stood there and stared at this huge mess for like 30 seconds because I didn't know what to do. I completely froze.
Wow.
But then Danielle and I got down on the ground to start cleaning up. And while we were on the ground, I noticed that there was this old dude standing like 3 feet away from us, just watching us. Like, he wasn't doing anything to help. He was just standing there. And this dude was jacked. Like, he's probably one of the buffest old guys I've ever seen. But anyways, a few feet away from him was this worker, and that guy was completely lost. Bro, when I walked over to him, I was like, I'm sorry about the spill, but he didn't even respond to me at all. And I wasn't sure if he was just distracted or what, but he was zoned out like a real-life NPC. Like, he didn't even look at me. He just looked down at the spill and then just peaced out. And so Danielle and I were left standing around the spill, and we looked at each other and we're like, what are we going to do? Like, we didn't know if someone was going to come help us or not, so...
Oh my god,
Danielle said,
oh my god.
And so she turned to walk away, and the second Daniela turned around, someone said, where do you think you're going? And so Danielle and I stopped for a second and looked around to see who was talking to us, and it was that old guy. And at first, I didn't think he was talking to us, but there was literally no one else in the aisle, and I was like, oh, she's just trying to find someone to help clean up the spill. And before I could even finish what I was going to say, he was like, oh, so you're just going to leave this spill unattended? Which was so annoying because it was like he wasn't even listening when I said that Daniela was going to find someone to help. It really felt like he was getting mad for no reason. Like, we were doing everything we could. I just wanted to tell this guy to relax. But then I thought maybe he was confused. Maybe he thought we were both going to leave. And so I tried to be more clear. I was like, no. She's just going to go find someone to help. And like, I was hoping that if I kept it cool, he'd just go away. But Daniela had enough of this guy. And she was like, sir, I'm trying to get someone to help, but I don't appreciate the way you're talking to me. We're trying to get this sorted. And then she left. And at that point, this guy was really getting on my nerves. Like, I was thinking, dude, no one is forcing you to stay here. If the spill is bothering you this much, you should just leave. And then I thought maybe if I just explained it wasn't his problem and that we would take care of it, maybe he'd just go away. And so I was like, listen, I'm not going to leave. We're trying to get somebody to help. Thank you for your concern. But honestly, I feel like I could have explained it 1,000 different ways and it would not have mattered because...
Who your money? You have to bring him money.
This dude was not going to leave. And actually, he decided to take things to a whole new level by saying something that completely shocked me. I'm not concerned with your kind. Red alert, possible racism and bigotry detected. At that...
There's a cut, man. I'm playing one thunder, man. Please, I want to take care of myself. You think I care about that guy over there say racist thing? I don't give a shit. This is my video, man. I don't give a shit. Take it back, Kai. Kai number 1. Racist shit. Oh shit. Cut the video for a second. Wow.
Like I could have explained explained it 1,000 different ways and it would not have mattered because this dude was not gonna leave. And actually, he decided to take things to a whole new level by saying something that completely shocked me. I'm not concerned with your kind.
What?
Red alert, possible racism and bigotry detected. At that point, I wish a bunch of Publix workers would have came in like a SWAT team and escorted him out Rainbow Six Siege style, but that didn't happen. In reality, I just froze. I had no idea what to say. Like, how are you even supposed to respond to that? I was being nice to this guy. I was calm. I tried to de-escalate the situation, but it didn't matter. It didn't stop this guy from saying some of the stupidest things I've ever heard. And that's when the old guy backed up, threw his arms out, and was like, I'll meet you outside if you want to deal with it.
I need you to subscribe, man. I need you to subscribe. Leave a like. It's freaking dead. Me. That's good guy. Like a con. People.
And I was thinking, what? This is insane. Is he really trying to fight me because of a spill? Come on, dude. Is that really the reason for us to 1v1 outside of a supermarket? This guy can't be serious. I don't want to fight him. Like, I didn't think this was worth fighting over. And so I tried to think of something to say to him to get him to leave. And I was like, no one wants to fight you, old man. And I don't know why, but it actually worked. After I said that, the old dude just gave up and walked away. And so I was thinking, yes, he's gone. Finally, it's over. And that's when Daniela came back with one of the employees to help clean up. Then after that, Daniela and I grabbed our stuff, checked out, then waited outside for the Uber again. And while we were waiting, we started to wonder if the old dude was gonna come back outside. So Daniela started to get worried about what he was gonna do, and she wanted to leave. And so that's when she was like, let's wait across the street at Starbucks so we can get as far away from that guy as possible. But I'll be honest, I didn't want to go anywhere. I was hoping that this guy was gonna come back outside. Like, I was low-key excited about it. Like, I couldn't wait to see what he was gonna do. Was he gonna apologize? Was he gonna...
Okay. You're gonna fuck you off. Yeah.
We just run straight to his car. I wasn't
stream. He's a famous nigga for his time.
sure, but I had to see it through. But here's the thing. If he did try to start something, I was 100% sure I'd handle it. It didn't matter how tough the guy was. I could take him because, sure, he was fit, but he was still super old. So, like, what could he even do to me? But then Daniela started pulling me away and was like, please, I'm not comfortable. Let's just leave this guy alone. So I was like, okay. Then we headed towards Starbucks. But that's when he came back out. And the second he walked outside, he made eye contact with me and made a beeline towards us. And guys, he looked so angry. And when he got up to us, the first thing he said was, "You'll never look as good as me when you're 70. Okay, sure, he was in decent shape, but coming right out of the gate with the "you'll never look as good as me" thing was kind of weird. But after that, he just started yelling at me. And remember, we're in the middle of the parking lot outside of a supermarket. So it was sort of weird and awkward to look around and see people pushing their shopping carts and just staring at us. But that didn't faze the old guy at all. He just kept yelling. He was like, "Look at you, you're so angry and miserable." Okay, at this point he's just projecting. I mean, he's the one who's angry and miserable, and now it's just starting to get sad. I kind of felt bad for the guy. And so I didn't say anything. I just kept staring at him and just hoping that at some point he'd run out of steam and stop talking. But he kept going and going and going, and pretty soon he started to flex on me. He was like, "Look at me, my life's amazing, I'm put together." And I'm thinking, bro, how amazing could your life possibly be? Are you a billionaire who flies on private jets all the time or something? And if so, why the heck are you chilling at a supermarket in Florida? Go travel the world or something. Like, really, your life can't be that amazing if you're yelling at me in the middle of a parking lot. You are the least put together person right now. You're a loser, and your wife is a loser. And I felt like at that point he was just getting desperate. Like, I think he was throwing whatever insults he could think of at me, and the only ones left were the ones you'd hear in grade school or in Twitch chat. But at this point, I was just getting so tired of hearing this guy talk, and so I was like, "You're not gonna do anything." And then I called him a boomer, you know, for the memes. And I don't think he understood what that meant. But after that, he must have ran out of things to say because he just started shouting nonsense. And I'm not sure if he thought that would intimidate me or what, but at this point, it didn't matter. Daniela was right. This guy was crazy. And so I knew that it was time for me to leave this guy alone. I'd had enough. So I just backed off and walked away. Then Daniela dragged me to the Uber and we left. And I'm glad that I didn't end up fighting him. But if I'm being honest, if he had laid a finger...
Everyone, learn your lesson. Okay, now I'm boring. Like, why? Why the God's name, the full God name? Subscribe your button and hit the like button.
Some of you guys know about my wife, Daniela, but for the nonsense, and I'm not sure if he thought that would intimidate me or what, but at this point, it didn't matter. Daniela was right. This guy was crazy. And so I knew that it was time for me to leave this guy alone. I'd had enough. So I just backed off and walked away. Then Daniela dragged me to the Uber and we left. And I'm glad that I didn't end up fighting him, but if I'm being honest, if he had laid a finger on Daniela, me personally, I would have taken that level of disrespect. Let me know what you guys would have done in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Go check out another video right here.
I want to turn it.
When I was 18, I boxed up everything I had.